And to health matters now. Every year, millions of children around the world suffer from malnutrition, a crisis that is all too visible in their frail bodies and tired eyes. But what is often less visible, yet just as devastating, are the psychological wounds that malnutrition inflicts on both children and their caregivers. In 2024 alone, over 300,000 malnourished children were collectively treated in Zamfara, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Bauchi, Borno, and Sokoto, a 25% increase from 2023. And according to the Doctors Without Borders across 7 northern Nigerian states, its teams are often overwhelmed. Now, mental health supervisor, Doctors Without Borders, MSF, Kano Bako, joins us to unpack this. Thank you so much for joining us. I'd like to start off by asking, how has malnutrition among children and mothers affected their overall health and well-being in your community?
When we talk about malnutrition, many people just think about the physical aspect of malnutrition. However, when we say malnutrition, there are a lot of nutrients that a child needs to develop. And when the child is facing consistent malnutrition, the brain is not able to develop. And for that reason, they're not able to meet their developmental milestones. So you find that there's delayed motor skills, speech, and then there's this sense of apathy. They're not able to have social interactions like other children. So you find that the children are not able to relate like other children. And then for the caregivers also, there's this chronic stress with managing children because they're always in a very vulnerable state and very delicate. So you notice that they're not able, they need a lot of attention. The mothers are stressed. There's this frustration of the inability to solve and cater for their children. The financial frustration often leading to hopelessness and then sometimes depression. So you find that even though it's a physical condition, but it has psychological impact on both the child and the caregiver. So sometimes we just focus on managing the physical aspect, but the psychological aspect shows to have like a long-lasting impact on both the mother and the child. So what we do is that we try to integrate the care. While the medical team are taking care of the physical aspect, we come from the psychosocial aspect to check what are some of the psychological wounds that have been caused by malnutrition for the caregiver and also for the child, and see how we can stimulate them and solve this issue so that they can have a better and functioning life in the future.
So in what ways has malnutrition contributed to the prevalence of other health issues like infections or developmental delays?
So like I mentioned, malnutrition doesn't just affect the child when it comes to physical development, but it also attacks the child's immunity. So for that, the child is not able to, the body is not able to fight off diseases. The child becomes susceptible to a lot of things. And as we know, the first mechanism for protection against diseases for the child is food. The nutrients that the children get, the calcium, iron, and all of that is what the child needs to develop. So when there's inadequacy of this nutrient in the child's body, he's not able to fight off diseases. And for that, the child becomes susceptible to other kinds of diseases. Now, being attacked by these diseases makes the child very weak. He's unable to function like other children, and he's not able to, achieve, like I said, developmental milestones. So you might find a child who is 2 that is still struggling to even crawl. We're not even talking about walking yet. And then we have children that maybe have gotten to 3 years and they're not able to talk. They're not able to connect with other children. So it doesn't just have problem for the physical aspect, but the child is also stressed from the pain of these illnesses, from the pain of treatment, from being in an unfamiliar environment. The child is always in the hospital. So he's experiencing separation from his siblings, separation from the familiar environment, which is home, separation from other members of the community, and not just that, now being in a new community where he's not aware of the people who are there. And of course, these people are causing him more pain by injections, treatment. The hospital stay itself is not even favorable for the child. So you find that the child is mentally stressed, he's physically stressed, he's going through pain, and he's not able to voice out, this is exactly what I am feeling. So it's like a multifaceted problem. It's not just affecting the physical health, but it also has psychological implications. So this is the reason why it is important that the child's psychological health is also attended to. And for the caregiver also, sometimes if you're not able to manage the psychological stress that the mother is experiencing, there are high chances that she's going to spill it. You talk about disconnection because this mother is mentally stressed herself. So she might disconnect with the child. She might not be able to cater for the child as much as she needs to. When it comes to treatment, she may be experiencing low concentration, memory issues, and may not be able to give the medication as required. And even back home, is she able to ensure that the child gets the right amount of energy from the food that he's eating? Is he eating the right quantity? Is he getting the balanced diet? So you find that all of this continues to affect and makes the issue of malnutrition even bigger.
All right. Kauna Bako, as a mental health supervisor, Doctors Without Borders, MSF, thank you so much for joining us on the news.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
A pleasure.